entra en el vestuario, sale, entra inmediatamente
tú eres la responsable de cargar, ¿ok? De cargar la batería.
A side exemplary at home meets one who's very good away from theirs as UNSWFC and Wollongong meet here at Village Green. What a rise it has been for today's hosts up the pyramid here in New South Wales, and they've acquitted to life better than probably most expected. They've been pretty good here. 4 wins, 4 draws at home in 8 games means that they're unbeaten here. Wollongong have been brilliant away from Wynn Stadium. 5 wins in their 9 games away from their home ground. What will give here today? It'll be very interesting to find out. Welcome to live coverage of the NPL Men's New South Wales, the top flight here in New South Wales, as UNSWFC and the Wollongong Wolves will lock horns here on campus at the University of New South Wales. Olive Walker-Peel is my name. It is a pleasure and a privilege to have your company here this afternoon as we will have a look to the teams. And for UNSW, they make one change from their 2-0 win over Sydney United 58 here last week. Alex Malfara drops out of that 11 and in comes Tim Woolfield, which means the team is as follows. In goal is Tristan Prendergast. There'll be a back 4 most likely of Grant Lynch, Lachlan Campbell, Liam Wood and Anthony Barbich. Connor Quilligan will play the holding role in midfield. Advanced of him, Emilio Vinci and Tim Woolfield, with the attacking outlets provided by Ollie Pufflet, Jack Fulton, and top scorer for the team, Jayden Hard. 2 captains for today. Liam Wood, with club captain Claudio Fabiano on the bench today for UNSW. And of course, Lachlan Scott, meeting our officiating team for this afternoon. Man in the middle is Rowan Fisher, ably assisted by Liam Smith, and Daniel Kornowski. Our 4th official is Charlie Hollings. For Wollongong, they're unchanged from their 2-0 win over St George FC last time out, which means in goal is number 1, Daniel Solski, a back 4 of Seb Duarte, Banri Kanaizumi, Dylan Ryan and Dax Kelly. Ahead of them a 2-man midfield of Flynn Madden and Marcus Beattie. Alex Maciovecchio with Krzyzewski will play out wide. In the 10 role, Sebastian Hernandez through the middle is club captain Lachlan Scott. So it hosts UNSW from right to left. To start this one, both clubs in their traditional home strips. Yellow and black for UNSW, all red for all the Wolves. Interesting to see how this one plays out. Getting away. NSW coming into the weekend in 10th position. 2 wins and a draw in their last 5. Wollongong beaten in their last 12 in the league, which is a run stretching back to late February after a bit of a poor start. To Solski. With the team of the week in round 15. Krzyzewski will be sorted out by Dylan Ryan. Liam Wood. Returns to his goalkeeper. Play off the lower leg of Jayden Hard. New South Wales League 2 Player of the Year last year, scored 29 goals in 27 games for South Coast Flame. He's 3rd. So missed out on promotion, but he got an individual one up the leagues himself. Here is Dylan Ryan. Melbourne Victory fans might remember. Other players. Hernandez couldn't quite trap it. Campbell tries to send over to the right-hand side. To it over Pufflet, but he did enough to help his team win a throw. Minchie rolls it on hard. Goes offside. Further out from the back. It didn't get them to halfway, but they have won the ball back here. Beatty. Scott finds it. Rides a challenge to roll it across, but easily dealt with. The work there for Grant Lynch to do. Well kept by Scott. Decent ball mastery, got a little bit of luck on the end of that as well. Still got it, Lachlan Scott, inside the box. Bit off all that he could chew in the end. Played it smartly to protect it for so long, but needed the support that he didn't have. These two teams meeting earlier on in the season in Wollongong. Williams had to come from behind that day to prevail 2-1. Sends it long. It didn't quite work there. Player will go for a throw. Beatty. And to Scott laterally. He had to go back and find it, which he did. Smart ball over towards Hernandez. And finds Red inside the box. Couldn't do so. It came to nothing. This game very open inside the opening 5 minutes or so. Hard. The ball through, and it was well covered off in the end by Dax Kelly. Decent run there from Pufflet, but intervention meant that he couldn't get there. But a bright start to the game, excuse me. With 5.5 gone. Another returning Hallfield. Sloppily surrendered by Campbell, who went in to try and win it back. Came away with it, but not for very long. Towards Puffler, the former Australia Youth International. Pops it over towards the right-hand side. Pops into the box. Blocked behind. First corner of the afternoon will go the way of UNSW. Connor Quilligan tasked with the job of delivering it in. She will be right-footed. Heading it. Wollongong able to get it further clear. There he goes. Hernandez down the right-hand side. Looks like he's got the beating of Emilio Vinci. So it looks on first viewing. He did very well to get back and then draw the foul. There's a blistering burst of pace, but Vinci doing well to get back, equalise the terms, and then do better than that. Lynch. Vinci. He's trying the one-touch football as it fell into the path of Jiden Harb. He's inside the box looking to curl one into that far corner. It's blocked before it could through. Solski. Trying to engineer something. Didn't come off. Scott back to goal. Brilliant again to keep the ball away from UNSW clutches. Ball not quite as good. Prendergast. Almost halfway, former A-League men's goalkeeper. Looks at the Wanderers. 5 A-League men's appearances for them. Advancing here is Emilio Vinci. Keeps it alive. Runs it back for Hard. To dig out a cross, and there's no one in yellow and black at the back post. Or at least not to where the ball fell. And for a goal kick. Vinci, been an outlet early for UNSW. Good ball into the box. A chance opens up. It's a great stop. How has that been kept out? Jack Fulton did expertly to work himself some space. And what a stop by Stolsky to deny him. Should really be 1-0. Very tidy keeper, Daniel Solski. Has already bettered his clean sheet count in the league this year as opposed to the whole of last. Of course, that's not all on goalkeepers, but play a pretty big part in that. That is a sterling save. Prendergast looking to start something. Heavy touch from Vinci, but to help all of it for his team. Slipping over was Fulton as he tried to play it. That didn't help him out all too much. Vecchio. From Wollongong. And Ryan as Wollongong play it around. Scott. Out of trouble. Square ball, Madden. Sent over to the right by Beatty, but the whistle had gone just before he played it. Turn for Wollongong's Lachlan Scott. Clash there with Connor Quilligan. Of course, referees instructed to stop the game if they feel there might be the potential of a head injury, and we'll restart with a drop ball. Very astutely done by Rowan Fisher, and we're back underway. Bit of space for Archevsky. Madden. Vecchio, capable of the spectacular. Certainly want to watch if you're locking eyes on him for the first time. Madden. That passing lane blocked. Fell back to Kanaizumi. Tried to loft it towards Scott. That'll be shielded through. Tristan Prendergast. Wolves fans trying to get their voices up. One of the proudest clubs in Australian footballing history. It's turning up here at Village Green this afternoon. League titles in the old NSL. TV that the very large majority of clubs in this country would be envious of. The Wolves are back on the ball here. Vecchio in the build-up. Scott then went over, no foul. Fulton is into the middle. Barbich. He lost out. Scott backtracking, did superbly. UNSW keep it. Pufflet got it over to Harb. He's had a bit of a task for Vinci. He was up to it to keep it in. Back again with Harb. Pufflet again. Not able to be set up enough to force UNSW back towards halfway. Lynch. Hard again. Campbell. Decent balls. Fulton was fouled. Play went on. It was wasteful. Tim Woolfield. Treatment will be called on here for Jack Fulton. He'll have his well-being checked on. Referee right to play the advantage with UNSW well on the move. Treatment. Jack Fulton will have to make his way off for the time being. UNSW will be after 10 for the moment, but shortly after the restart, of course, he'll be back on. Not even, in fact, he's called straight on before Daniel Solsky has to deal with it. by Scott. Fouled. Rather demonstrative in asking for a card, Marcus Beattie. And Barbic was the defending player. Scott. Good hold up man. Massiavecchio in towards his skipper. Scott returning the favour. Massiavecchio into the middle. Rather easily pouched by Prendergast. Waste little time. Hard for Poffler. He's aware of the situation and waited for at least one to get up along with him. Vinci was that man. Got up towards Harb. Bit of intuition to swing a leg in to get something on the ball, but couldn't get it far back enough to someone in yellow and black. Ryan again. Going all the way back. More Culligan. Smartly flicks on. Harb onside in the box. Jaden Harb. Still the chance might be there. Daniel Solski moving out of his post to touch just to try and close the angle down. Always a player you've got to watch Jaden Harb when he's in positions like that. Cannot give him a yard. Wollongong close him down enough. It's behind again for another corner. Towards Lynch, who's going to try and get something on it. Wolves good enough to send that away. Gets a touch for a throw. If it was a half of football that started on fast forward, being end-to-end and open, I think this is just at a normal pace now. Slowed down a touch since the opening few minutes. Still not been a bad watch. Woods. Hard, turning on a dime. Beattie couldn't go with him as it it's a pass of Fulton. Wobbling in front of Daniel Solski, but easily had enough time to get his body behind that. Solski coding the UNSW press forward. Fulton knew what was about to happen, but he had to go forward anyway. Massiavecchio going over. Referee seeing nothing wrong with it. Fulton first time. Harb sent wider. Retrieves it for UNSW. That's Barbic, who laid it off. Ball towards the edge of the box. Fulton nodding it on. Vinci will go down. All under his own volition. Goal kick. Stay here. In and around Sydney today. Winds picking up. Conditions good for football though, as Quilligan to send one in. Oh, they've got to communicate and sort that out, Wollongong. Solski's clattered into his own man. And a watch here on Dylan Ryan. Who was poleaxed by his own goalkeeper. Not sure if there was a call given or maybe Solski didn't hear it. It all looked a little bit haphazard at the back from a Wollongong point of view, and hopefully now Dylan Ryan's okay. That is primary concern number one. He's back to his feet, which is a good sign. That could have been a whole lot worse on many fronts. Take the opportunity for a meeting of the minds just forward of halfway where they're concerned. Dylan Ryan will have to go off here. Hopefully just the mandatory taking of leave and nothing more than that. Didn't look great that on first viewing, but no concession, no injury to the player involved. I think you'd call that a relative success given how bad it could have been. Started again, Wollongong still one down, might hurt them here, ball pulled back towards Puffwood, flag up. Dylan Ryan back out there. Scott. Hoffman. Jayden Harble give chase and we'll get there ahead of Masio Vecchio. Couldn't keep his feet. That was to his detriment. There you go, Wollongong. Trip out of play for a throw. Very interesting career path from Dylan Ryan's perspective. Wollongong going back via short stint with Liverpool's under 18s. Just spent 2 years playing in the Netherlands as well. Scott dropping a little bit deeper. Smart enough ball to Hernandez. And right at the edge of the box. It's an intervention from Rowan Fisher. The UNSW players giving their protestations, but Liam Wood will go into the book. And it was a fraction outside the penalty area, so a free kick rather than a spot kick. Looked to be that way on first viewing, but sometimes a little bit hard to tell from up here. So there's no immediate gesticulation from our referee to point to the spot, and you can assume that, but you can definitely make sure when there's a player standing over the ball. Let's open up here. Flynn Madden standing over this. Oh, wasn't too far away. One might have been heading for the corner if not for the deflection. It helped it behind, and Wollongong have got a corner of their own. Towards the back post, but great delivery, truth be told, from Duarte. Prendergast towards Hayden Harvey, buys a throw off Beatty. Puffler. Towards Liam Woods. New Zealander. Towards Puffler, who sent it into the middle. Smashed away by Kanazumi. These two clubs looking for a spark at the moment. Plenty of attacking talent out there, but stymied by some good defending right about now. Vinci looking for the give and go. Beatty tracked him all the way and did well. Play. Some good defending. Cavalry in yellow and black will climb inside the box for this. Corner ball. Taken right foot in towards the middle. Solski elected to punch. Cleared the area and then some. Hernandez picking up the loose ball, driving in field, but there's only yellow and black around the ball. Smartly done by Barbic, up towards Puffler, who will try and pull it back. Beatty, best place to deal with that once it went into the middle. Into trouble went Massia Vecchio. Wants to win the ball back off Jack Fulton. Sliding in then Barbic. Massia Vecchio let that one run behind for the Wolves goal kick. His header. Vinci. Armstrong unchecked. He's inside the box. Warning signs perhaps for Wollongong. His ball in. Blocked. Behind off Dax Kelly, and another corner for UNSW to come. Corner to the ball. What's out by Solski. To roll it out was a little bit interesting. Wollongong get a little bit lucky there. Free kick given their way after Wolves goalkeeper inadvertently put a couple of his outfielders under a little bit of pressure. lacking a little bit of quality in the last 10 or so. Falling over, but still able to play it. Jayden Harb. No one on the scene for UNSW. Beattie couldn't trap it. Has it back though. Scott shielding it. Being held back, unfairly so. And again, there are calls for cards. And one will come here for Connor Quilligan. Joins teammate Liam Wood in the referee's book. Look to build the pressure here. Scott. Keep hold of it for as long as he might have liked. Krzyzewski played that one well. Tight roping the left touchline. Still Krzyzewski. Sends it in. Beattie stooping and Hernandez firing wide. That's a gilt-edged chance. And one that Sebastian Hernandez couldn't make the most of. Aside from the Madden free kick, as close as Wollongong have come. First time ball from Fulton, looking to set Harb free. Good bit of defending though, Ryan. Batting into his man was Fulton. All fair according to the referee. The Wollongong fans disagreeing with that assessment. And Ranch will put that one out of play. Sebastian Hernandez not happy at all. Sportingly hurled back. NSW back in possession of the football. Lynch. NSW build something from this. Vinci. Been promising in this first half. And takes the opportunity to drive in field. First time ball around the corner. Almost fell for Barbic. Beattie, then Kelly will help it away from the Wolves' perspective. Standing us long, Tofflet knew that he was coming back from an offside position and as such couldn't affect that. Off him. He was frustrated, Jayden Harb, but the ball to him wasn't to his advantage. The ball set long, and another ball that Dylan Ryan can rather easily deal with. I'll say putting that out for a UNSW throw. Duarte, man of Uruguayan heritage. Played one game in the recent Australian Championship, the final group game against Marconi. As that ball sent in, too tall for Pufflet. Harb will retrieve. UNSW come again. He lifts one in. Back post ball. Still not fully dealt with. And Fulton denied again. Those two have had quite the battle. Fulton and Solsky, and the Wollongong custodian winning it so far. A couple of really good stops. Lynch towards Vinci. Kept it in play, but couldn't do much more before the Wollongong intervention to take it out of play for a throw from Dax Kelly. Could spell this for the hosts. Hard. Vinci. That's never really helped him. Lynch letting it bounce. With futsal route. Grant Lynch. Long-time defender at Blacktown. Played 25 league games last year in the New South Wales top flight before making the move. Caught a few off guard, but he's settled into life well at his new club. Billigan from the base of midfield. Bullfield. It's been a game that, with long balls, it's been lacking quality up until now. Hernandez, onto the end of that one, it was a wonderful switch from Duarte, but for once it was the ball after the long ball that let a team down. Poplet. Lynch has hard, beat the offside trap, no. Madden. Kochevsky. Back to Madden. The close quarters was ball to the floor. Izumi. Halfway. Stands switch towards Masuvecchio. With Duarte now. Between Masuvecchio and Beatty. Madden. Beatty. Kept going and got it from the edge. Good peripheral vision. And had to go from about 25 yards and get it on target. Nice football between Masuvecchio and Beatty. Header. Campbell. Distribution poor. Sums up the half in large stretches, really. It's a bit of a barnstorming start. Quite lived up to that across the whole 45, but there's plenty of attacking talent out there. Maybe some stern words from one of Gabe Knowles, the reigning second-tier coach of the year. And former Socceroo Luke Wilkshire Might inspire them as we go on to the second half, depending on where your allegiances lie. The 2026 FIFA World Cup coming up. Wiltshire played in 2 of them himself. 2006 in Germany, 2010 in South Africa. BT will try unsuccessfully in the end to keep the ball in. Of course, Wiltshire will be part of the SBS coverage for the World Cup. Brought back for a free kick to Wollongong. He'll be part of the coverage with Claudio Fabiano, who's the captain of UNSW, and on the bench. As we move into 3 minutes of added time. Both of those will start with a Flynn Madden free kick. Right-footed. In the end for Quilligan to sort out. Towards Hard. So kindly for Fulton. Couldn't make the most of it. Quilligan going in with Scott. Infield towards the right hand side. Quilligan will rising to his feet. Wollongong get the chance. A set piece of their own here. Midway inside the Wollongong half. Hard to take it. Floats it in, flicked on and wide. The head of Connor Quilligan. And our referee says that'll do. First half with many different compartments within it. A fast, free-flowing start and then cagey through the middle and to the end from then on. No goals of which to tell you about. Wollongong have come close a couple of times. Flynn Madden's free kick turned around the post earlier on in the half. For Sebastian Hernandez saw his header go wide of the post. Wollongong with the better chances. UNSW had plenty of the ball, but need a goalkeeper. Has had to pick the ball at the back of their net in this first half. Half time at Village Green. It is UNSW 0, Wollongong 0. Welcome back to Village Green. NPL Men's New South Wales action from the University of New South Wales. The hosts just reappearing. Wollongong have been out a while. I wonder if that is by design, maybe a bit of a hairdryer treatment style team talk from Luke Wiltshire, or if they just couldn't stand the changing room. Not too sure why they were out there a long time earlier than their UNSW counterparts, but in any case, both squads out here now. Looking for a bit of quality in this second half after at first it was one lacking of that in large spells. We know that both these two teams are capable. Good home record for UNSW, a really good away record for Wollongong. What gives? Was the question I asked off the top, and so far, 45 minutes down, we're no closer to really finding an answer. See if the second 45 unlocks some of the quandaries. What would have been said at half time? Wollongong would want to open the game up a little bit. Beatty trying to. 4-5 for Seb Hernandez. Scott. He for once couldn't hold it up. Didn't have a chance in front of goal, Lachlan Scott, but played very well in between the boxes. Sure that affiliated with Wollongong would want him a little bit closer to goal, though. Distance, but in the end, not very easy stop to deny. Oh, it's Massio Vecchio. Sending it forward. Scott didn't get anything on it. Liam Wood saw fit to put it out of play. That's out. Scott from deep. This is the moment where he makes a real difference. You see his good hold-up play, but ball forward was low part. Maybe that's even being generous. Puffler gives it off, gets it backwards. Moving to him pretty harshly in the end. What he wanted to do. Fulton. Sizing up the switch and pulling it off. Jiden Harb at the edge of the box. Rolls it on. Vinci on the overlap. The ball gone. See what UNSW trying to do. around halfway. First contact Lynch, Harb again, let's go for a run, wins a throw. Back into their own half. Lynch, Harb wanted to send it down the corner. And into the weekend equals second in the Golden Boot race with Along the Wild of Western Sydney. And behind Mr. Tennis with Marconi, who's got 13. Harb's got 8. Looking to try and make it 9. Might well have been 9. If not for Daniel Solsky, who had to tip that one over the bar. That's the type of player that Jiden Harb is, though. To make something out of relative little. Would have been a wonder goal. Quilligan corner to come for UNSW. Again, it's right-footed, dangerous ball headed down into the ground from Puffler. Wollongong yet to fully clear it away. Quilligan again. Off Beatty. And out of play. Tim Woolfield. Lynch. His forward ball telegraphed. Dax Kelly. He's half on down the line. Hernandez not keeping that one in. Done by Fulton. Gave up to Barbic. Forward towards the running Harb. Face to face with Dax Kelly. Harb sends it in, wanting Puffler. Kanazumi heading away. Tibecchio slicing at it. Woolfield will try and get there. Eventually did. Playing the ball. Bit too much power on it, and it went for a goal kick. Duarte. Beatty. On a bad ball there, it sends into the middle! Shouts for a spot kick and they're waved away. Trachevsky was the man who went down. The good ball into the box from Hernandez, and immediately the shouts went up from the Wollongong faithful. Rowan Fisher, very quick to give his opinion on things. Losing it was Barbic. Beatty, his lateral ball for Madden. Back towards Beatty, who's inside the box. And his disposal of the ball blocked in the end from Lachlan Campbell, importantly so. Corner ball Wollongong, still the referee having to answer questions from those in red. Madden's corner. One arm aloft. Right-footed, and he can bring that for Tristan Prendergast. He wasn't about to admire his work. Interesting one that for Marcus Beattie, who headed sky high, hard, waiting for support, has it now in Pufflet. Azumi got back. Problem averted from a Wollongong point of view. Pufflet into twist and turn. Wolves pry it away. Chevsky after some good work from Duarte. Maciavecchio. Madden robbed of it. Well played Fulton. Who in turn lost it himself. He was fouled in the process of doing so. But in this game, all of a sudden, Bergen's free kick. It's the box. Hit it away. As it fell back. Chance might still be there for Linz. And that one was stopped by Solski. First was Barbic. Second save that sent Wollongong fans to congratulate their goalkeeper. But it's space now for Madden. He'll tee one up! A few from in the stands might have thought that was heading for the top corner, not to be. Not a million miles away from that top corner. This game picking up again. Needed a spark and it looks like we might have got it, even if we haven't got a goal as of yet. One feels to be coming. Pufflet. He's played well. Quilligan towards Vinci. Making the run into the box. Ignored for now. Nice one too between Harb and Pufflet. Harb and Vinci, pardon me. Who, as he tried to round the keeper, went over, and that's a penalty. Easy decision for Rowan Fisher to give. And the responsibility falls on Jack Fulton to try and break the deadlock here for UNSW. Has 4 goals this season. Former Manly United striker. This is a really important kick of the football. From 12 yards, Jack Fulton scores! Beats the chest! And that was what this game really needed. The deadlock broken from the spot. And UNSW leads. Goal that Jack Fulton deserves, really. Had a good game. Now Wollongong have got to go and find it. Ball from Ryan, looking to try and get Tchaikovsky in behind. Onus on the Wolves now to try and find a leveler and go from there once they've got it, if they get it. Beatty. Hernandez on the right-hand side. Clips one in. Ball falls. For Scott in the end, who read it well on the bounce. Seemed to watch that one for an eternity, but was able to methodically work out what he was going to do with it. In the end, it's a corner. Madden, right-footed into the box. Wobbling around, and Lynch putting an end to that. The silver lining in the concession of the goal is that Wollongong have been brought to life a little bit. And we're playing better a little bit before the goal, but it's one of their better spells of the game so far. Ryan. Forwards. Hard will hook on high. Vecchio turning it back with interest. Beatty steps in to win it back for Wollongong. Pass it on for Hernandez. And we're seeing flashes of what we saw inside the opening 5 or 10. Midfield to go after that. Scored on immediately, but was always second in that race. Ryan to break the lines. Madden. Kraszewski again wanting Hernandez. Scott making the run into the box, and delivery that wanted Scott, but was quite a fair way ahead of him as it flashed across the face of goal. Two separate shouts for a free kick. Non-answer with a whistle, hard to play it through, and referee was just waiting to see if anything would come of any potential foray forward. Nothing did, and saw fit to blow the whistle. Passing to a man that wasn't there. Put the boot into that. The fall of it, Duarte. Madden looking to be the linchpin here. Scott. Hernandez provides something. Let's try and buy a yard. Hold the ball back. UNSW set up well behind the ball as they look to try and keep Wollongong out. Vecchio. Smart give and go between he and Madden. Vecchio wants to try and find the back post, but aware to potential danger, Tristan Prendergast. Again, that'll be brought back after Emilio Vinci lost it. Was wondering whether that ball was going to be brought back, as the UNSW substitutes were immediately calling for the awarding of a free kick. It's probably borderline in terms of the time to elapsed following the infraction, as to whether the referee would have put the arm up to signal the advantage, but within the time frame to be brought back according to our referee. Campbell towards Wolfield. It's a little first time. Putting an end to any hopes UNSW had of that ball getting inside the penalty area. Barbic. He'll send it in. Not much delay as it's headed behind by Dax Kelly. What can UNSW make of this? And he'll be up there to aim for. The crowd 6-yard box. Seen through the crowd, Solski to punch away. Hard. Back to Quilligan, who will bend one in. Again claimed by the Wollongong goalkeeper. He wanted that ball to talk more than it was ever going to. University of New South Wales. A couple of them, in fact. Jack Fulton and Ollie Pufflet have both come off. Austin from Sues is on for the University of New South Wales, as is Sean Woods. Kick and a card. Then Madden Book there. To his fourth yellow card of the campaign. Carefully, Madden, but he does lose it. Yeah, on that occasion was the man fouled by Anthony Barbic. Dylan Ryan, left-footed. Krzyzewski could have let that go, didn't. And in the end, UNSW will emerge with it. Ball up towards Woods, who lifted it over Dylan Ryan. He had to get back, and he did. Well played from the centre half. Ball in board now to Harb. It's inside the box. He loses out to Madden. Wolves going to get it far out of danger though. Harb. Barbic. Slows down well in the end by Duarte as that ball sent in towards Woods. Already looks a presence and he's not been on long at all. Lynch. Had to slide that one through and not having any of it. Dax Kelly. Wollongong get themselves up the pitch. Going hastily. Too much so in the end for Scott, who then left one in on Lachlan Campbell. Looks as though he'll be booked for that. Wollongong about to bring the changes themselves. Chevsky is coming off, as is Alex Maciovecchio. Orange boots of Felipe D'Agostini. Right, pink boots of Dylan King signify the two brought on. 7 and 77. Wiltshire takes a gamble with 7-7-7. They're the lucky numbers for Wollongong here this afternoon and evening. We'll find out. Scott, inside the box he travels. To a number of UNSW players who had the better of that in the end. King to win the throw. Scott, Madden. Dax Kelly over towards the right hand side. The Wolves pry an opening here. Back towards Madden. Cut out by Barbic. Well, one back by a combination of BT and Madden. Here is Flynn Madden again. Trying to lift one and out to meet it Prendergast. Did well to get there ahead of Hernandez. Ball from Tristan Prendergast. One from the UNSW point of view. It was only Wollongong players at the full of it. Here's Ryan. Put over halfway. Duarte. Azumi. Gets it away and gets it back. Dax Kelly. Ryan, the long ball, and Prendergast equal to it again. Tried to Harb. Tail bend by good sliding challenge from Kanaizumi. Into space now is Dylan King. To his left, Duarte. Let's send one in. Again, it's a ploy that has not worked. Balls into the box. Been easy for Tristan Prendergast to quell. As time starts to run down, you just wonder if Wollongong might try a different tactic. Sean Woods might be off to the races here. Getting back was Beattie. So too King. Also altered back to Woolfield. UNSW managing this one well. Up to now, still a bit more for them to do as Woolfield throws it in. Woods checks onto his left and sends it in. Once more though, as this will present the avenue for another Wollongong change. UNSW are making 1-2. And it is number 2 for UNSW. Tim Woolfield, who was starting to make his way over towards the technical area, pulled up and then was on his way again. So he will be coming off. And Dax Kelly will be withdrawn from a Wollongong point of view. Lopez is on for UNSW. Matthew came on for Wollongong, the former Sydney youngster, as it was really well played by Barbic. Second might well seal it. It's very cleverly done from Kanaizumi to get back. Got himself into the right position, and he did what he had to do to make sure that at least from that passage of play, UNSW weren't scoring. Billigan's corner, right-footed. Flicked on and not fully dealt with. Woods slicing his shot into the ground. Seeing it all the way, Solski. Ryan drills one. Scott, got a touch fortunate. That flick was brilliant though. Chance for D'Agostini to help it out wide. Hernandez couldn't get the purchase on that he would have hoped for. A slick bit of play in the build-up, but the finish letting Wollongong down. That ball forward, Woods looks to be onside and is. Has no one up with him. In yellow and black, still got a shot away though. And forced Daniel Solski into a save. Game going a little bit hell for leather. Madden flips it forward. Scott, first there. His first time ball towards King. He kept it in play. What did that come off? Not the arm. According to Rowan Fisher, might well have had a glance to his assistant referee to get a gauge of what he saw. And we go on. Giving away cheaply was Beattie, but in the end, NSW put the brakes on Lopez. Looking back at the referee, getting nothing. Artificial light starting to take effect. UNSW on the precipice of what would be 3 very important points to get themselves 1 further clear from the relegation zone and 2 towards an unlikely push in the top 6. Be a bad one for Wollongong to drop though. As that sends it to the middle. For one, Prendergast missed it! Oh, what an intervention on the line! Oh, Connor Quilligan getting back to deny what looked to be a certain goal. And here go UNSW, a foot race for the football. Beaten 2 though was Woods. Marcus Beattie defending that very, very well. Here's Scott, tries the back flick, Hernandez again. Can't get the shot away that he would have hoped for. Prendergast taking a little bit of a chance. And to sort that out. But how do you do? This is Ryan and Woods. All sorted out. D'Agostini swaying that. Keep hold of the ball. Sends it to the channel. Sean Woods, Body and Kanaizumi, all fair. Now to play for a Wollongong throw, or a UNSW throw. Wollongong man getting back. He best to do what he could. Changes for UNSW. Connor Quilligan is off. So too Emilio Vinci. Right, Kami Kimura and Gil Duffy both on. So UNSW, let's try and see this one out. King. Still he goes. Bastian Hernandez. Holds it in board. Gets it back off Scott. And is able to find something to test. Tristan Prendergast. There's been some good defending in front of him by the UNSW outfielders. Madden. D'Agostini. Zumi over for Ryan. Over towards the Wollongong right, but way to cut it out. Madden. Try and get himself involved. So too Hernandez, who's had some moments. That's not the decision he's going to get. Goal kick, and he'd be better served getting that one back to the goalkeeper in short order, I would have thought. Rather than dropping it there, given that his team are 1-0 down. Time is not the friend of Wollongong right now, and any way to get the ball back in play and play restarted would be the option I'd probably be taking if I was a Wollongong player, but then again, I've got absolutely no footballing ability at all. Duarte to give Scott something to look at and go into the path of Hernandez, who went over. Foul and a card. Here comes Suze. This, a promising prospect for Wollongong. He could pinpoint any area on the pitch to take a free kick from. This is probably it, if not very close. Felipe D'Agostini stands over it. Is there a bit of magic from the Brazilian coming here? Right-footed, low. Didn't get through, might get another look. He lofts it in! Oh, it's somehow headed wide! Marcus Beattie ghosting into the back stick. And how he's not level proceedings, I don't know. What a wicked ball in from D'Agostini. Absolutely on a platter. And I tell you what, if the Wolves are heading back to Illawarra empty-handed, they'd be kicking themselves. Marcus Beattie would be kicking himself for not converting there. Duffy would send his ball into the waiting arms of Solski. Wollongong seeing another run at the UNSW defence, but superbly played from Campbell. Had a fair bit to do today and he's done it well. Man from Balcombe Hills. Scott, outside the box, gets to Madden. Left-footed ball in, and Hernandez is never likely in terms of getting on to the end of it. NSW almost there. That flick on from Woods will help things. Lopez. There's a bounce into the path fortuitously of Woods. Sorted out by D'Agostini initially, and Duffy was trying to work something out, the former Arpia junior, to make his presence felt off the bench. So infield was Duarte. He took that option. Ryan. Kanaizumi. Madden. Looking to keep hold of it. Dylan Ryan. Where to now for the Wolves? All forward over the head of D'Agostini. Big ball to be won, and it was well won. Jiden Harb. Not scoring but not needing to. Played it well. Comes Suze. And still, unleashes one just wide of the post. It's the final minute of the 90. Ball sent forward from BT. Options arriving for Wollongong. Scott's first touch, a little bit too heavy. Time ticking away for the Wolves. Forward towards Woods. According to the referee, wasn't fouled. As we'll shortly turn to our fourth official, Charlie Hollings. Minutes of added time. What that board tells us. Throw here for UNSW. Short towards Lopez. Elected not to hold it up in the corner. Might be able to do better than that. Good shot there at one. So, just less than 3 minutes now for Wollongong. If they're to take anything, it will be by way of late drama. D'Agostini presented it back to UNSW with too much ease. It was too poor at such a scenario in the game. Woods go all the way back. Interestingly so was Duffy. Pass looked to have been left short, but Prendergast made it as good as it had to be. And Solski's got a fair fan club here today. Looking like he and his fan club are walking away empty-handed unless something comes from this. Long ball towards the edge of the box. Woods didn't get a lot on his header. Ball out of play. Seb Duarte has to move it quickly and does. Left it short in the end. Kanaizumi had to get something on it and did. Well played comes Suze to get the body in. Rolls it over towards Jaden Harb, who's in! Couldn't make it 2-0. Looked like that one might career in. Even though Solski got something behind it, it trickled away. And behind for UNSW. This is not a bad result for them at all. All in this stand waited with bated breath for a split second. A corner at this stage of the game. Not quite as good as a goal, but nearly at this point, with time very much winding down. Behind for a goal kick. Is there time enough for one last thrust from a Wollongong point of view? Solski has to send it long. Still no whistle from the referee. Ryan Ford of halfway. It's got to Scott from King. Good move from Lachlan Scott. He'll send it in. Header one. Ball out of play. This has to be it. It's a throw the kitchen sink job at it and see what you can get out of it for Wollongong. Dylan King towards Scott. Gets it under his spell. Once, then twice. Loses when it matters most. Harb giving chase. Solski there first. Looks to recycle things. Wollongong can't get anyone forward of halfway on the ball. Quick look at the whistle from our referee, Rowan Fisher. King. Kanaizumi, high. Backpedaling is Scott. Does it break for Wollongong at the edge of the box? Answers no. Slammed away comes Suze. How much longer have we got? Solski clips one. Too long for all in red. Campbell shields it over. That'll be that. What a result for UNSW. And they're still unbeaten at home. In the New South Wales top flight. 5 wins now and 4 draws from 9. Goodness me, this place is a fortress. And everyone who's coming to the uni is getting schooled by these NPL New South Wales new boys. It was the Jack Fulton penalty that did it. After Emilio Vinci was brought down by Daniel Solski in the box. His penalty perfect. And UNSW still, as we trickle towards the end of May, are unbeaten at home. Full time from Village Green. It has finished UNSW 1, Wollongong 0. From Oliver Walker-Peel, it has been a pleasure to have your company here this afternoon and evening. Take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.